Alright, now this is my tutorial for the card trick called Ask the Deck. It's also been called The Deck Knows. There's a bunch of different tricks with those names. This is just one of them. But you start out with a normal playing deck. Any random deck, it doesn't matter if there's jokers in it or not, or even if it's a full deck or not, it should not matter. You just take it, shuffle it up completely randomly, doesn't matter. Let's get it all mixed up. And then you let a member audience pick a card out of the deck. For this tutorial, they'll be using the Ace of Spades. If I find it. Where are you? There you are. So, when they pick this card, you would not have known what it was yet. In the trick, you find out what their card is. I'll get to that in a minute. But they would hold their card. You wouldn't see it. They'd be holding it. Now, I take the deck after they do that and just shuffle it a couple times. Do that. And then I start shuffling it this way. And when you're doing it this way, what you're doing is you're looking for a card to appear on bottom that you could remember real easy. So, Ace of Diamonds appear. Just end up on bottom and appear. I put it there, but whatever. So I'm going to stop right there, and it'll look like I just casually happened to stop shuffling. And I'll remember Ace of Diamonds. So I'm going to put them into piles. I count 10 cards off the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And put that in a pile. 10 off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, and after you have 4 piles, the fifth pile has 11 cards. Because of math. That's so. Now, when you put these in piles, you ended up with the first pile had the Ace of Diamonds on bottom, and you know this. So this is like the whole key of the trick is this pile right there. I'm just gonna straighten up the piles real quick. You fail. Alright, so now we let the member audience take their Ace of Spades, whatever they chose, and put it anywhere on any of the piles. Hopefully they don't put it. I'm trying to get rid of that shadow right there. It's not gonna be all the way. Sorry. Hopefully they don't put it on this pile, which had my. I'll give up. Which had my Ace of Diamonds on bottom. If they do, what you do, they put it there, is you take that. Well, you take each of them one by one, cut the deck, and then finish the cut like that. For this trick, they did not do that. For the tutorial, you would have done that with each one. If they do, I've never actually had that happen. I've done this trick dozens of times in public. But anyway, they're going to take their card and put it right there in the tutorial. Now what you do is you take any 2 piles except for their Ace of Spades pile and my Ace of Diamonds pile, and just throw one on top of the other. And then as you're reaching for this one, you grab the card you memorized pile, the Ace of Diamonds, and throw it on top of their Ace of Spades. Pick them both up. Throw this junk pile over here down, and then the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Diamond pile goes on top. And then you square up the deck a little bit, and you start flipping them upright into piles. So while you're doing this, you're looking for your Ace of Spade, whatever card, no, Ace of Diamond, the card I memorized secretly earlier, to appear. It doesn't matter when it does, it doesn't matter how many you have in the first pile. If it doesn't come up, it did, so I stop, and then I move on to the next pile. I know the first card I flip, because the first card I flip is their card. Every time. I'm not explaining all the little bits and intricacies, I can't pronounce that word I guess, of the trick, but the next card you flip it. So when you find yours, you move to the next pile. If you don't find yours within 10 to 15 cards, just move to the next pile anyways, and remember what pile you found yours in. You'll always be able to look, it'll be on top, but yeah. And then you just throw a couple, 5 or 6 on top of theirs, and then you go onto the next pile. And you know their card now, you know Ace of Spades, and you were saying that over in your head while you're filling up this pile. So you're going to start spelling it out. A, C, E, O, F. Now, you can either add spades to this pile, or what I do, I move the next pile over here and go S, P, A, D, E, S. It ends up adding a little bit more time to the trick later. I just like it because it makes it, you end up with more piles, it looks more intricate, more complicated of a trick, less likely to happen. It doesn't matter. And after you have ace of spades, or ace of spades all in one pile, you go on and just throw down random piles of cards. No need to count these. You're just trying to use up the rest of the deck. Don't do that in the trick right there and just throw down a bunch at once, but I will for the tutorial. Now, I know my ace of diamond is here, their ace of spade is the bottom card in this pile right here. So, what I'm going to do first is pick up ace of spade, ace of diamond doesn't matter. I know these two spell out ace of spade. This is the ace of spade. I'm going to grab any of these four junk piles. They're completely garbage, they're useless for the trick now, and just start throwing them together. So I can throw that one there. Now next, I put ace of and spades together. Doesn't matter which one goes on top at all. Throw together the other two junk piles, or how many you have. You always end up with a different amount. And then you put your ace of spades pile on top of the pile that spelled out ace of spades, and throw your other two on top. Create the deck. Now, you do the whole, if you watch the example video, is this your card? They say no. Let's see then. Is this your card? They say no. This your card? No. Is this your card? No. And then, you look like an idiot right now because you can't seem to find the card. Is this your card? I've actually had that happen once where I did do that. The very first one, I'm like, oh, is this your card? And it was. And it was crazy. And I felt really superior to everyone around me because I could do that. And I've only had it once, and I've done this trick easily over 100 times, practicing it and doing it in public. So, I guess mathematically I'm due for that to happen again. I hit about 100, there's 52 cards, you have a 1/52 chance of having that happen. So, yeah, the math gods owe me right now. Anyways, so you go through that whole spiel, looking at an idiot, and then you go, well, I don't know what your card is, but you do. However, there's a third party that does know your card, and that is the deck. I did not do that in the example. I don't know why I didn't. I just forgot about it, I guess. I was tired when I did that example. I'm still tired now because I'm doing one right after the other, and it's like, I don't know. I haven't slept in like 2 days. I don't know anything right now. I'm an idiot. Alright, so you go, well, I don't know your card, but the deck does, and the deck's telling me your card is the ace of spades. And they'll be like, whoa, how do you know that? All that stuff. Oh my god, that's so weird. Anyways, so now you're going to go, another cool thing I know is exactly where your card is, because the deck's telling me where it is. The deck's telling me where it is by saying this. A, C, E, ace, O, F, of, F, P, A, D, E, F, spades. Now I flip that card, and there's the ace of spades. And it works out. And it's fairly simple. It takes just a little bit of practice. It has a pretty decent effect most of the time. It's not one of like the coolest tricks because it's so simple. It's not super complex. You can learn it easily. There's no sleight of hand involved. There's no like double picking cards or anything. No putting that down and picking up that. I don't even know if you could see those because this camera's not very good. But nothing like that in it. No. Nothing tricky at all. No fancy shuffle. No flipping decks or anything. No trick cards in here. It's all a completely real deck. Like just a completely normal playing deck. So that's how you do it. Pretty simple trick. Go show your friends and become famous or something. Or really, if you want to become famous, I would suggest something a little bigger than this. I mean, it's cool when you're famous for this because you're like amazingly good, but I don't know. There's plenty of other areas you can get famous for, Go cure cancer or something, Whatever. Have fun.